We have a special guest with us today, Sawyer, and this is will be your 96th presentation that she's done, and we're very anxious and happy to have her here. So again, Sawyer, you want to come up, and we'll give her a hand as she comes up. And yeah.
Hello, everybody. Good morning. So, I would like to share my story with you guys. And, do we need this? Okay. So, I'm going to show you guys something real quick. So, watch me lift this bucket. Heavy, right? It hurts to carry. A bunch of water kind of dripped out, and I could barely even lift it up. Well, some people in Africa have to carry a bucket of water just like that on their heads for 3 miles. That's how they get their water. And they have to walk 3 miles to a well to get their water. And the water isn't clean like this. It's dirty. It's really bad. Probably even worse than this. So they have to carry a bucket of dirty water on their heads for 3 miles. It couldn't get worse than that, right? Well, my dad went to Africa in summer of 2017, and he came back and he told me stories, like the one of Brian. Brian went to the well every day to get water, and he went with his little sister. Well, one day his little sister drowned. The next year he came back, and a puff adder, it's kind of like a cobra, it's a snake, bit his arm, and he had to have it amputated. So all of this just for water? Really? Like, not just they have to carry a big bucket on their heads with dirty water. There's also snakes, and it's dangerous. Well, my dad told me another story of Maria Mwamba and her daughter Ruth. Well, Ruth was 2 years old, and they went to the well every day. And one day, a cobra spit venom in Maria's eyes, and she became blind. And her little daughter, Ruth, who was 2 years old, had to lead her mom all the way home. A 2-year-old leading her mom all the way home? Seriously? That shocked me. So, I needed to do something. So, my grandma's garage sale was coming up, and I decided to sell cookies, water, and soda. And so, my goal was $50, because $50 is clean water for one person for life. So I went there, and my grandma made all the cookies, by the way, because I cannot bake. And so I went there, and I sold, and I didn't get $50. I got $188. Who knew Grandma had so many friends? Because I didn't. Oh my goodness. Okay, so next, I decided that I wanted to raise more money because I can't just stop at 188. I needed to help more people. And so I decided to post the story of Brian and Maria and Ruth on Facebook and other social media platforms. And that got a lot more cookie sales, and a lot more people bought them, and a lot of cookies were being made. And remember, the cookies were being made by Grandma. So she used her right arm, and then her left arm, not very good. And then she couldn't make any cookies anymore. So, do you want to know who helped us make cookies? They were our friends. So, want to guess who those friends are? They were Hornbachers, by the way. They're great friends. So, we had we sold out Hornbuckers and also cash-wise. Don't tell anybody, though. Okay, so I was selling cookies like crazy, right? Batches, so many. And then people just started sending money. And they're like, keep the cookies, we don't need them. Just send money. And we're like, okay. And then soon enough, I was like, oh, I need to do something. I need to do more. I need to get more people buying stuff so we can save more lives. So I came up with the idea to make these bags. And I partnered with my church, Hope Lutheran, to make these beautiful bags called Shitenge bags. Can we all say that? Shitenge. Shitenge. Good job. Give yourself a round of applause. Most people can't say that. So, you guys are pretty smart. So, we have these beautiful Shitenge bags. And my dad brought back one from Africa. And this one lady took it apart and put it back together and made a design for pieces to cut out and to sew. And then I sold about 300, a little bit more after, but 300 at the time. And I partnered with my church, Hope Lutheran, so they also had part in that. The quilters and people who knew how to sew, volunteers, sewed the bags, and the children's ministry, the Sunday school, the Hope Kids, as we call them, they designed and sold the bags. So that was pretty cool. And they sold a lot, and I sold a lot, and all in all, it was awesome. And I kept selling them, and they kept selling them, and there's only a limited amount you can really sell to your friends. And so we posted more stuff on Facebook, and then we got more bags sewn, and then Wellspring and World Vision, those were two organizations that my dad went on the trip with and who help with water and stuff. And so Wellspring reached out to me, and they have this annual event called the Wine to Water event. And they wanted me to design and sew my own Shitenge bag. And so I designed and sewed it, and it's auctioned off for $6,000. Oh my goodness, I was over the moon. That was awesome. So, didn't see that coming. So, I got $6,000. I brought way more, and I wanted to help way more lives. So, I was selling way more and way more, and then I made video. Yes, I made a video to every single one of my buyers. And I also made direct contact, said hi to them in person, video chat, call, whatever I needed to do. So, I was making this one video for my dad's friend Alex, and Alex is a fan of The Godfather. Any Godfather fans in here? Raise your hand, Godfather fans. Keep them up. Wow, not many people, so only you guys will get this. And if you aren't a fan of it, you might get it. Don't know. Okay, whatever. Let's just get on with it. So, Alex was a Godfather fan. And so my dad said, give him an offer he can't refuse. And then in the video, I said, I know Luca Razzi. And I didn't even know what I was saying. And it turned out sounding really good. The video sounded really good. And it was, and then he bought a bag. And I was like, wait, I want to do that for all my videos. And my dad's like, not everybody's a Godfather fan. Evidence in here. And I'm like, well, then how am I going to make really good videos? People definitely need to buy bags and save lives. And he's like, well, you can make an elevator pitch. He expects me to know what an elevator pitch is. And I was 8 years old at the time. Does anybody know what an elevator pitch is? See? How would he expect me to know when all y'all don't know what it is? Wow. Okay, so I'm going to tell you guys what an elevator pitch is, because that is very important. But first, I need to tell you what a business pitch is. Does anybody know what a business pitch is? Pretty much? Okay. I'll just tell you anyway. So, it's pretty much like a commercial. People are trying to sell their product. So let's say I'm trying to sell these beautiful bags. Hello, I'm selling my beautiful shitange bags. Ooh, they're $50, and one bag is saving a life. If you buy a bag, then you save a life. And that's pretty great. Who wants to save a life? Raise your hand if you want to save a life. Exactly. Who wouldn't want to buy a shitange bag? So that's pretty much a business pitch. It's just kind of like a commercial, right? Well, an elevator pitch is a very short business pitch. Very short. So here's a demonstration. So you have to say your business pitch in the short amount of time you're in an elevator, which is about 30 seconds, a little less. And no, you do not have to say your elevator pitch in an elevator. Let me clear that up real quick. You don't have to say it in an elevator. Okay? So, here's my example. So, one book, one life, save a life with every book. That's an offer you can't refuse. So buy a book and save a life. $9.99, jazz hands. Oh, thank you. So that's pretty much an elevator pitch. It was pretty quick, wasn't it? You got the point though, right? So in every single one of my videos, I would say that. I would say, buy a bag, and they would buy a bag. It was pretty great, right? So I got more sales from that. It was pretty great. And I'm saying a lot of pretty great. It was all amazing. So I was saving way more lives, and a lot of people were buying about 10, 20, 5, somewhere in that, and they were only keeping 5, 10, 1, 2 bags, and they're like, here, you can have the rest of the bags, keep them. But actually, I don't want you to keep them. I want you to give them, donate them to a nonprofit organization somewhere that really needs them. And I'm like, okay. And my dad listed off some organizations, and he stumbled upon the Jeremiah program. I said, what's that? Well, it's for young moms who are struggling, who need to finish school, who are in hard times, who need to get a job. And I thought, well, that's perfect. They can have these shitange bags as diaper bags, library bags. So I just brought them over, deciding just to drop them off. And the ladies there were just like, no, you cannot drop them off. You have to come to this graduation thing. Well, I really didn't know what the graduation thing was. It was like they go through this program, and the moms go through this program, and they have this party at the end of it. It's kind of like a schooling thing. I don't really know. Okay, I was just there. And so they're like, you have to come to our graduation thing. That's what I'm going to call it. And you can meet the moms, you can give them the bags, and it's going to be pretty great. So I come to this graduation thing, not even knowing what's going to happen. And they're like, well, you can speak, tell the moms your story. And so I did. I got to meet the moms. I gave them my bags. It was pretty great. And then after, this nice lady named Koya came up to me, and she was like, I want to work with you. Those were her words. I want to work with you. How can you work with me? I'm 9 years old. That's a question I have to ask you. How can you work with me? And she's like, well, so let's have a meeting. I'm really interested in what you're doing. And I'm like, okay, lady. And so we have a meeting in my kitchen. Don't know if that counts. And so we're just sitting down, and she's like typing on her computer, and she's like, I've got so many ideas for you can present so many places. Presenting here. And she's like, you can present at these camps, you can do this and that, you can write a book. And I'm like, write a book? Lady, are you hallucinating? Oh my goodness, write a book? I'm 9 years old. How could I possibly write a book? And she's like, well, I bet you could do it. Like, that could happen. I'm like, write a book? Oh my goodness. And I'm like, wait. And so I run to my room and I get my illustrations because I love to draw. And I bring it back and I'm like, okay, can I illustrate it? Not even knowing if I'd write the book. And she's like, sure. And I did end up writing the book. And it's called WaterWorks. And what do I have to tell you really? Oh, it's $9.99 as you heard before in my elevator pitch. And each book, well, I've got this, okay, this is complicated part. So, I've got this fancy dancy thing called a co-venture cause agreement. It's where I'm the only minor to ever work with Wellspring World Vision, and I've written the only book to ever work with Wellspring World Vision, and I'm the only organization where all the proceeds that I raise goes to water, every single penny. And so they match every single dollar, penny, and then Wellspring matches it, and then World Vision triple matches it, and it becomes $50 or a little bit over, and that is clean water for one person for life. What is $50? Thank you. You remembered after that short, tiny second. Okay, so there was that pause so you could. Okay, whatever. So, I wrote the book, and so every single proceed that I made from it would save a life. So every single book saves a life because it is $9.99 or $10, I guess, if you want a penny back. Who wants a penny back? Nobody. That's great. Okay, because I'm not giving you a penny back. So yeah. Oh, I'm 10 years old. I'm in 5th grade. I go to Oak Grove. I live in Fargo. Okay, I like to end all of my presentations with questions because I miss stuff and I'm not perfect. So yeah. Any questions? Of course, my dad probably has questions. What do you have?
How many wells have you funded?
Okay, so how many? Oh, 40 wells. I have funded over 40 wells, and I have raised over $100,000. And water for 12,000 people. If you did not hear my mom over here, she's smart. So is my Uber driver and my math guy right here. Raise your hand, Uber driver and math guy. Okay, so, oh, my book is not just published here. It is published in Zambia, where it is English. It's not translated. And then it's also published in Vietnam, where it is translated into Vietnamese. So that's pretty cool. And it's published in North America. And it's American, English. Yeah, pretty much. So, any questions? Oh my goodness, no questions? You guys need to up your game. Questions? Think.
Do you know how many cookies?
Thank you. 1,000? Wow, 1,000 cookies. No wonder Grandma got so tired. Hoofda. Well, if there's no more questions, oh, of course.
So where are the wells built?
The wells are built in the 10, well, it's not just in one place. It's not in one country. So there's these 10 most impoverished countries, water impoverished. They don't have very clean water. They don't have clean water. They don't have water. And there's 10 of them that are most out there. And Wellspring World Vision works on those 10 right now, is working on them. And my dad went to Zambia. And so we're kind of saying that all the wells that I am raising money for are pretty much being built in Zambia. Because that's what they're working on right now. I have no clue. They've got so many plans. Who knows? So yeah. Well, thank you. Oh.
Is this all you do?
You have to get me started on that? Okay. So I do not just raise money and for wells. I actually go to school. Oh my goodness. My school's not canceled yet, luckily. So I go to school, I play the drums, I play basketball, volleyball. I play 2 different volleyball things. I do theater, I do dance, competitive dance. Church, yes, thank you. I do, of course I'm here, I'm in choir, I do voice lessons. I play with my little sister. Yes? Yeah. Of course not, bye. No, I am kidding. Okay, so, of course you heard before I'm busy, but I have time over there, out there. There's a little white table, and I am selling my books, my bags, $50, one life, and my books, $10, one life. And also, I've got something really cool that I want to show you guys that is free, and you all get it if you want it. It's my very own baseball card. Ta-da! Of course I'm on a baseball card. Okay, I don't even play baseball, but I'm on a baseball card. Doesn't make any sense, but it's something. So, how I got onto a baseball card. My dad is this Topps, the biggest baseball card company ever. My dad is in the premium club. That means he buys way too many baseball cards from them, and he's obsessed. And so he's in the premium club, and I guess that's special. And so he sent Topps my book, and he gave it to the people in the premium club. And they looked at it, Topps looked at it. He also talked to Topps about me, and they randomly approached us, and they said, hey, we want to make a baseball card of Sawyer. And I'm like, okay. And they said, okay. And we made a baseball card of me, and since my dad is such a baseball fan, and my mom thought that it'd be cute for my sister and I to have a photo shoot in League of Our Own costumes, we randomly had a baseball picture of me in a baseball dress, and so that would fit perfectly. Oh, and it's got a little bit about me, and pretty much, so you get those. And, what was I going to say? I forgot what I was going to say. Oh my goodness. Oh, there we go. I do not just sell my books wherever I go. I sell my books wherever I go. You can buy them from me. You can buy them at Zambros, Melberg's, on Amazon. My website, yes, WaterWorks, SEA, all in caps, .com, because C is water, and my initials, and my sister's initials, which my sister's name is the main character of the book's name. And also follow my Facebook, and that is WaterWorks SEA. And yeah, pretty much thank you guys so much for letting me speak to you guys. And I had such a fun time, and you guys are great. And thank you for no questions.
Thanks, Sawyer.
And thank you, Dad, for questions.
Let's give Sawyer a big round of applause.
Thank you.